We are here and we are strong. Let's be counted as we move on. Make a difference, change lives as we tell our different stories. We are capable, beautiful. We are born to do great things. We're unstoppable, incredible, 'cause we're differently abled, differently.
Get ready to challenge assumptions, embrace differences, and embark on a journey that will inspire, educate, and empower. This is Able Differently with me, Jain Theory.
'Cause we're differently abled, differently.
Lift someone and help them walk. This was one of the statements that was made at the Jain Social Group that gathered to ensure that amputees get a chance to walk through the Jaipur Foot project. Take a look.
There is a saying in our culture that says, you lift a person who has fallen and assist him to walk. This is what Jaipur Foot is about.
Magdalene Chesoli can attest to this as she appreciates her ability to engage in daily activities.
I could not imagine myself walking around in a dress, let alone a short skirt, anywhere I'm going to. I was first introduced to Jaipur Foot by my former head teacher, Mr. Otieno. My life changed for the better. It was a bit challenging at the beginning, but with practice and determination, I was able to move around using my beautiful limb. I was initially using a crutch, and anyone who has used a crutch knows how cumbersome this can be. Most of my clothes used to get torn at the armpits. I have been able to be independent, and now I can do anything because of my artificial limb. Can you imagine that I can dance with this limb? Oh yes, I can. I can also play volleyball and badminton. That is how my life was upgraded.
As much as many of these success stories are untold, the Jaipur Foot project is still running since 1990 when it was launched by the Rotary Club of Nairobi South.
In 1990, when Rotary Club of Nairobi South launched Jaipur Foot, I and every other member of Jaipur Foot community would never have guessed just how profound this journey would be.
One of the two policies of the project since it was started was that we provided the artificial limbs free of charge. The other policy is that any single shilling, any money which is now donated by the donors from the Jain Social Group and many other donors we don't use any single cent of that money to pay salaries and for the running costs of the project. That money, all of it is used to buy raw materials to produce the artificial limbs.
The project is entirely dependent on donations, and the Jain Social Group is one community that has been supporting this project.
We have actually supported the trust since 2007. We have contributed over 36 million shillings, which have benefited 4,500 amputees. 631 amputees will benefit from the donation we'll be giving to Jaipur Foot today.
Dr. Razik Kandaria, together with his team of trustees, they have taken over the responsibility of raising money through their personal friends by themselves to pay for the salaries of the staff and also to meet the maintenance, for example, paying for electricity, which we use quite a lot, for the water and so forth.
Our donors have shown full confidence in our charity activities because we donate 100% of the funds we receive from those donors for specific purposes. So administration is done by volunteers like myself.
However, there is still so much need for artificial limbs, and the waiting list keeps getting longer.
We have fully booked up to end of November. For that matter, we have got 890 amputees on the wait list spread over the 7 months from May up to November. So there's no way our wait list will ever come to an end. The cost of each artificial limb ranges from 25,000 shillings below the knee up to 30 to 35,000 shillings above knee.
Francis Asiema says that the most common reasons for amputation is road accidents, although there are other causes.
Road accidents. We normally hear of just big accidents. For example, you recently had some people, road accident vehicles colliding on the main street in Kenya and people dying. That only comes once in a while. But when we did our research, we found that people come, especially from the rural areas, the mode of transportation is the border. And that's the main cause. In the rural areas, people get sick, there's no car, you don't like in Nairobi here, you get a taxi, you go to hospital, they have to use the border. And because of the lack of employment, a lot of young people have taken up the job of riding borders, doing transportation to earn income, and they're not trained. They are not qualified. So the main cause of the road accidents has been through the border, especially the people who come from up country. For the 395 amputees we served during the last quarter of this year, the causes of the amputation have been as follows. Road accident, 175. Diabetes, 74. Congenital, 51. Gangrene, 41. Cancer, 13. Burns, 12. Infection or blood clot, 9. Assault, people are beaten, like for example, when we have got things happening here and we find people are injured, 8. And then snake bite, especially people from the northeast, and the cause of the amputation has always been snake bites.
This therefore calls for more partners to come on board and help lessen the financial burden of production.
Jaipur Foot project, through the parents of various students, we have started a program where we have got young people, students coming to a workshop, not just to visit for educational purposes, and then we use them also to go and make an appeal to the parents to be able to give a donation. And when these young people come, they really get surprised.
I wish to urge Jaipur and all the partners to continue with the good work that they have been doing of serving more Kenyan amputees so that they can also have their self-confidence boosted for them to be able to achieve their own personal goals. I have met all kinds of people, but like the saying goes, pick the positives and let the negatives be your lessons. Personally, I'm grateful to all the amazing people who have touched my life positively. Thank you so very much for this opportunity.
Compassion, selflessness, courage, generosity, inspiration, humanity, empowerment. Your generous donation gives us insight on all of this and so much more.
The needs are great, but each one of us has lifted up a starfish and thrown it back into the sea not because you will ever finish the job of putting back the starfish in the sea, but because every act of kindness and charity counts.
Let's take a short breather, but we'll be right back with more. Don't go too far.
'Cause we're differently abled, differently.